Some stories don't just motivate, they connect with us on a deeper level and move us in our core. Welcome back to Empowering Paths by Mashrik, a podcast where we step behind the scenes to uncover the grit, breakthroughs, and turning points that shape extraordinary journeys. In this episode, we explore the power of sports as a force for resilience, how the field becomes more than just a place to compete, it becomes a space to rise, from injury to reinvention, from doubt to glory. This is an episode about grit in motion. Joining us today is someone who didn't just break barriers, she built new milestones for others to cross. She's a former captain of the Pakistan women's cricket team, a world top 10 ranked bowler, and a pioneer who redefined what leadership looks like in sport. A champion who continues to lead with purpose on and off the pitch. Please welcome Sana Mir.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's take this right back because I'm really interested in going back to the beginning, the spark. What kind of initially made you want to play cricket?
I think I was always interested in outdoor sports, cricket, especially all team sports where I can have other children around me and we can have some fun. But with cricket, I think it was the 1992 World Cup, the one Pakistan won, and I think I was just 6 years old at that point, and I just saw everyone so happy, so full of joy, and I was like, "What is this thing that's bringing so much joy to the country as a whole?" And I think that's where I started falling in love with cricket. My brother, who was 9 years elder to me, he used to play on the street, so I would just tag along and make sure that I get some opportunity there on the street as well. So that's how I started playing cricket.
Yeah, it's incredible you say that because cricket is one of those sports where people go crazy. I've seen, cricket events here where the cricketers will come in a coach and then there's another 15, 20 buses of just people coming in to watch. And it's really like encapsulates people, just people go crazy for the sport and they're so passionate about watching it. How did it work in regards to, you're a young girl who wants to come and join and they're like, you're a girl, and that gets said a lot, unfortunately, in sports.
Yeah,
right?
it would happen like every time. So my father was in the military, so he would get posted a lot. So initially it was with my elder brother, so he would make sure that I will get an opportunity, even if it's for fielding. I would only field for a little while, and at the end he would say she'll bat a little bit also. But every time we would shift cities, it was as if I had to give an audition on the street,
Yeah.
whether I'm good enough or not. So yeah, once they saw me playing, everyone was happy that I was part of the team, and I was very blessed to have great childhood memories with cricket. Made a lot of friends, and I think it's a sport in general gives you such a great opportunity to learn so much about teamwork, about like commitment, about punctuality, so much as a sport you can learn. So I was very, very fortunate that I got that exposure as a young child.
Yeah, 100%. And again, with cricket, it's one of those, you only have to drive to a few areas in Dubai where you will see these kids playing in a car park. And you don't need much to play it, right? You just need a ball, a bat, and two teams, and you're ready to go. And you
and
can
make
just
up
play
wickets.
for hours. Yeah,
Make up wickets. We would make wickets from bricks. We would draw them on a wall. So we would bring a chair as a wicket. So we were very innovative with what we could do. I think cricket is something, especially in the Asia region. I think it's huge. It's one of the biggest sports, if not the biggest sport. But I think within Asia, talking about Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, it's huge. And now even in the UAE, it's getting bigger and bigger each year. And the best part about, I think, cricket is it challenges you physically and mentally so much because there's so much strategy involved, there's so much fitness involved. And that's why I think I love the sport, because it really challenges you in every way.
Yeah, 100%. The one thing that you said there that I found very interesting is when you're good at a sport, I think the gender starts to slip away, especially when you're very good. So if you're actually very good at something, it makes no difference, right?
And I think that's why sports or arts or music, it becomes such an important drive to transcend boundaries and genders and everything, because once you can see a tangible skill, it's so easy to connect. Like, for example, if I'm meeting an athlete, at the skill level. If I
Yeah.
can see them, that's all I need to know about them. So it just transcends so many different biases that we might have grown up with. And yeah, I think with cricket also, it's my question in my mind would be, when I was growing up, why can't girls be good at it? So it was kind of a proving everyone wrong, because I knew it was in my blood. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but I just knew that I could play cricket. And I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to play it at the highest level and to serve my country.
Well, that's amazing. And how that point, where was the point that you can remember where, because I can imagine as we were talking about these biases, it also happens on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So was female cricket big in Pakistan at the time to the point that it is now? And what steps did you take to make it that way?
No, I think when I was starting off, I didn't even know there was a team there. So I left cricket for 4 years, from grade 8th to 12th, because now I'm getting older as a girl and I can't be playing on the street. That was the culture. So I left it totally for 4 years. And then after 4 years, my mother came with a magazine. There was trials being announced for women, and she said, look, now you don't have to play on the street. There are trials and it's a women's team. You don't have to even play with boys. I was like, okay, I'll give the trials. So I gave the trials, I got selected, and then from there onward, the journey started. For the first 6 years, we got nothing. There was no payment. We would be paying out of our own pockets. And then there were hardly 4 international games a year. So like for 362 days, you are just sitting at home or trying to work around to play that international. So you won't feel like a cricketer. It was not until 2010 gold medal, the first medal that we won at Asian Games, that things massively changed for Pakistan women's cricket. Before that, of course, there was a team, they were doing well, but it was the 2010 gold medal when in China, where everyone started owning the women's team, and we started getting contracts, we started getting paid to play cricket, which was something unheard of at that point. And that is where women's cricket started building up. And now, alhamdulillah, it's been like more than 20 years now from that day onward, like from when I started in 2005. But now the girls are getting paid so much better. It's still a long way to go when you compare it with the male cricketers, but from where we started off, they are in such a better position.
That must be an incredible feeling to know that you were a part of history, right? You were a part of change. So you directly had a hand in changing it for all the women in Pakistan who wanted to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel very grateful, very humbled that God gave me that opportunity, because there were so many points where I just wanted to quit because it was so difficult. The resources were not there. The expectation was huge because everyone loves cricket, everyone is interested in cricket, but hardly anyone was interested what the resources available were for us and with the difficulties we were going through, not the best places to live in, not getting paid to play, giving up our education and our jobs to be part of the team. So all those things in the background, no one knew. But it was, again, nothing succeeds like success, as they say. So the gold medal, it kind of changed everything. And then 2 years later, we became the first team, men or women, to beat India in a World Cup.
That's a big deal.
It's a huge contest, and everyone gets hooked to it. So the men team had not been able to beat India for more than 50 years in a World Cup. So we became the first team to do that. So that kind of really put everyone behind us.
Super bragging rights, right?
Yeah, so still we can
still
brag
today,
about it. So yeah, so that was amazing. And then that kind of broke a lot of barriers in people's mind, what girls can achieve in sport.
So what about you is different? I want to know about that grit and determination that stopped you from quitting, because I mean, quitting is the easiest thing to do, right? It's the most comfortable thing to do, and just say, hey, look, we didn't have the things around us that could have supported us. We tried and we failed. What was it about you or the game or whatever that made you say, no, I'm going to continue this?
I think if I have to point at one thing, it would be my connection with my teammates. The girls who were there, their stories were so inspirational for me, and their determination and how much they also wanted to do something for the country through sport. So whenever I would think about it, they were like, we can't stop. So it was it was a team effort
collective
there.
effort,
You can't let the team down. That's that when you become a part of a team, that's your responsibility. And I think that's the passion of the girls. I think that kept me going. Of course, the love of my country is one of the most important things. And then I loved playing the sport as well. Like, again, how it challenges you in so many ways. It makes you a better person because you're part of the team. You have to work on yourself a lot, and then it pushes you physically, it pushes you mentally. So all those things together, but I think it was just the cause of what we need to prove as women, that yes, we can do it if we're given an opportunity. So we could not have quit.
So let's talk about injuries, because I know you had quite a serious injury. Let's talk about how it happened and what
So
happened.
when I started off, it was all fun and games. I just wanted to play cricket on the street, not knowing what a proper shoe should be if you're playing cricket, not knowing a proper fitness routine. So I was 19 when I got selected, when I played for Pakistan for the first time. And one of our idols, Waqar Yunus, you must have heard of him as a bowler. He used to have these brilliant yorkers. So I became a fast bowler watching him on screen. So I wanted to be a fast bowler, bringing in yorkers. So I was doing that, but my body, my fitness was not at that level to be able to, because fast bowling is one of the most difficult things to do in cricket. It puts eight times
your shoulder. You're literally throwing your shoulder out every time.
And your back, because 8 times of your weight gets transferred on your one leg. It's very difficult. So I developed stress fracture in my back, L4, L5, and then I tried to remodel my action for the next 4-5 months, but I was not able to. It was difficult, so I played as a batter for a little while. But again, going to childhood, we would play cricket throughout the day. So after sunset, we would come back playing, and there was one street lamp. So in that light, you can't bowl fast. So I used to bowl spin.
Okay, so you learn how to adapt to the
That's how
surroundings.
after the injury, I knew how to do a different style of bowling. So that kind of helped. The lack of resources kind of became
Helped
the
you, yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Became the reason that my cricket was still alive. And then kind of literally changed the direction of where I was going. As a fast bowler, I could not have survived 15 years, that I know. But as a spinner, I was able to do that. So then I became a spinner. I carried that injury with me. When you have developed stress fracture, it keeps coming back. The back pain keeps coming back, and it involves other muscles. But I was fortunate enough that I had good physios, good doctors around me to take care of me.
Well, at least you have a story why you have your back pain. I just have back pain because I'm old. So at least you can say that there was a reason why you got it. And it's incredible how you can just change it up and be like, just go to the Facebook profile and change it. Was spin bowler now, was fast bowler, now spin bowler, and just carry on your career in that way. Is there any specific moment that you can recall now where you felt it was all worth it, which kind of changed the way you think about everything that you were doing?
I think
on or off the pitch?
I think when I see now how cricket has changed lives of all the female cricketers that I knew from the past and present, they are the first ones to buy a car. They are first ones to support their family financially. So the whole fabric of that society has changed in a manner that the girls are not only making a career out of it, but they are coming out as leaders in their own capacity. And that is very, very satisfying for me. And that's why whenever anyone says that as a leader, what is your most important or significant moment, it's of course winning gold medals and beating India was extremely special. But having 8 of my girls in top 20 ICC rankings, world rankings, is the biggest thing I think we ever achieved together, because what you are setting up is a better team for the future, whether you are there or not. So I think those leaders that we were able to develop, and now it's still moving forward. They are still winning games. They are still representing the country, and that's what you want to leave behind when you leave.
And essentially, when you're an athlete, I mean, going through the stages, in the beginning, you just want to be the player, right? That's for you. That's winning. Getting there is the first place. But once you've been winning and winning and winning, like anything in life, it becomes normal, right? It's not as special. What now do you see as winning? Is it the same as then? or just generally winning?
Yeah, I think the definition definitely evolved, keep evolving, and it's still evolving. And like you said, the first win was to be able to play cricket as a girl. That was the first win on the street level. Then, of course, wearing the Pakistan jersey, that was another big win. And then being part of the team, captaining the team, these small wins, then trophies, medals, all that. But when I see winning now is having a holistic way. And I really like Muhammad Ali's quotation about success, the boxer, the famous boxer, that success to me is when you're able to achieve your goal while keeping your values intact. And I love that, because if you're true to yourself, if you're true to your values, and still you're able to achieve something, that is winning for me, that is success for me. So being a good human being while you're achieving those goals, being a good teammate, all those things, if we are able to carry that and still we achieve that goal, that is for me winning.
That's incredible. So let's talk more about the team and the girls, and obviously you're very proud of where we are now. Just a little bit more information, delve deep on how that feels and the steps that you took to get it to where it is today.
So what's very, very interesting, I came from a background where education and financially we were quite well to do. But when you see most of the team who's playing cricket, they come from very modest backgrounds. And what's extremely special about them is the thirst of how much they want to do, how much they want to change their lives. And when I met these girls initially, I was just struck by their sheer determination, and how much they wanted to succeed. I've grown in different areas of Pakistan, so what was extremely special that I was not linked to one city at all. That kind of gave me a very universal connection with all the players from different cities. So we were able to gel together. And then these girls, they were fighting a lot of cultural barriers. Some of them were fighting people within their family who didn't want them to play. And then all those stories, when you put it with the lack of resources, and still we were able to achieve what we were able to achieve, that became a huge motivation for me to keep doing well. And then we came to being world number 5 team in the world. So all that journey through these girls who with the lack of resources, they had to move cities, a lot of them. So each of them, their journey was so special that we wanted, it was a purpose for all of us. It was a huge cause that we do something with it. And I'm very grateful that we were able to initially push all those barriers, because there was a point I remember people would ask me, so what do you do? And I would say, I play cricket for Pakistan. Very proudly, I would say, I play cricket for Pakistan. But what else do you do?
Yeah.
And then parents were a bit hesitant. I had to go and like convince so many parents that your daughters will be safe. It's a good environment. We'll take care of them, all that. So I had to have those conversations with so many parents. And now all the parents come and say, how can my daughter play cricket? How
Wow.
can my daughter be a part of the team? So that whole change is amazing, and it's I'm very happy that I'm able to see it in my lifetime, because before me there were so many other women who were fighting this cause, and because of whom we are here. But I'm happy that I was able to see that transition.
And it's a testament to yourself as well, just like you were saying, because you did come from an affluent family, you did have the education, you didn't have to do the cricket. You would have been okay without it. So that also shows your love and determination for the sport itself, that you still chose to kind of go down that route, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you are growing up in a protected environment, small little setbacks can put you off. Okay, I'm not doing it. So I do feel that I would get to that point much easier than a lot of other girls, because there was so much at stake for them. And that's what I learned from them, that if you really love something, and if you really want to work hard at it, then you stay in it. So that's what I learned from the girls. And I think they made me a better leader. They made me a better athlete as a cricketer also. So yeah, I'm very, very thankful to all of them.
That sounds like something a good leader would say as well.
Thank you.
Now joining us is a rising voice in the world of fencing, a 3-time Olympian who continues to defy limits with silent yet focused strength. From balancing medical school to fencing at the world's highest level, even while 7 months pregnant. She's shown what true perseverance looks like, an athlete who proves that grit and grace can go hand in hand. Please welcome Nada Hafez.
Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to join this podcast with the inspiring story of Sana, and I'm so happy to be with you.
It's going to be incredible, and you also have a very strange and inspiring story to add to it too. First of all, let's talk about fencing, because from what I know and from growing up, when you think fencing, you think somewhere in a castle in Transylvania,
The history,
a very
yes.
European kind of thing. You don't think
That's true.
we have a top Egyptian fencer, right? So
Mm.
how did you start? How did fencing even come into your world?
Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
For my parents, sport is very essential because they don't want us to have too much free time, as it's dangerous. So me and my siblings, we all have to do sports. I started with gymnastics and swimming. Gymnastics, I was very good, and I got a lot of medals. And then I had an injury in my knee. It was a major injury, and I underwent surgery. And after I had to quit gymnastics, my mom wanted to just go and follow any other sport that I have to go.
Anything that doesn't need a knee.
Yeah. So yes, and by chance I was with my friend. She's playing fencing, and she told me why to not join me at training and watch me while fencing. And I went with her, and the minute I was in the fencing hall, I knew that this is my place, and I felt in love with the game, because it's interesting for a kid to see a mask, the fencing suit, everything is different, and the lamp, the red and green lamp when you get the touch. So it was very interesting for me, and I went to my mom. I told her I have to try this sport, and the next day I started fencing, and the coaches told my mom that I was very talented. The first championship I got medal.
Wow.
Yes, I was very young, and my first championship I got medal, and it was something big. So step by step, I started to fall in love more with the sport, and till now I really love fencing, and it's a big part of my life.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I get what you're saying. It does look very cool. And we, as kids, used to, play fencing with each other with anything long we could find in the house. Do you think the gymnastics had a lot to do with you being so good so quickly because of the balance?
Yeah, I believe so, because gymnastics give you the shape of body that you're strong, you have flexibility, you have strength. It gave me a lot of things that helped me a lot in fencing. I believe so, yes.
But what is it about the fencing in general that made you fall in love with it in the beginning? Was there
I think
something specific?
At first, as a kid, I just felt in love with the suit, with the fencing suit, with the mask, with everything from outside. But then when I started to try fencing, it's really different. I know now how to make decisions in very split of seconds. It gave you strength. At the same time, you have to have strategy. And for now, every time I'm on the piste, I have this adrenaline that rushes to my blood, and I know that this is where I belong. So I don't know. I think at the beginning it was just something from outside, but then every time I fell in love more and more with the adrenaline I have on the piste.
I guess that's what you were saying, Sana, about the focus and the interest of the game.
Yeah, and I think what Nada has pointed out, it's so important as women. It's so important to feel that you can make decisions and you can make really good decisions in quick time.
True. That's what we need in life, actually.
Yeah, so I think so many times in so many cultures, maybe that's not a very natural way of thinking about women. Okay, decision making mostly rests with men, but with sports, like Nada also mentioned, it's split of a second. You need to take a decision, and there's a consequence of every decision.
Yeah, actually, it helped me a lot as a mother, as a doctor. It helped me a lot in my life, and I think the base is sport. It shaped a lot. In my personality, it shaped a lot to take decisions in life, because life is super stressful. You have to take decisions all the time, and if you're not that decision making, I think you're gonna suffer a lot.
And also giving people the injections as a doctor now must be even easier for you.
Have to put,
just flick it in, right? You got all the
This one's for you.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's
How? Because it's very strange, because, like you're saying, in both your sports, it's very quick, but at the same time, I've heard fencing and cricket be compared to chess before. That the thinking, like for example, I do a lot of jiu-jitsu and these kind of sports. So my coach was always like, this is a game of questions and answers. Whatever move the guy's going to do to you, it's a question he's asking you. If you have the wrong answer, you're getting choked out. So you have to always be thinking of the next answer to the question that the other person gave you, right? How does that work in fencing and cricket?
That's true. In fencing, you have to always thinking of your next step, because you may take a decision and put the touch and then it doesn't work. So you have to have a plan B very fast in seconds. So at the same time, you have to be in a good fitness to just know how to make this decision. So it's both physically and mentally. It's very exhausting to be on the piste and take decisions both with your body and with your brain at the same time.
Yeah, it's incredible. And what about it being, I mean, we'll get to how it became a team sport for you, but it being an individual sport is very different to a team sport when you're relying on your teammates.
We have a team event.
We're all coming from different angles at each other.
No, it's like a score. We change three against 3, and we have like a total of score of 45 instead of 15 in the individual.
But essentially, though, that's like an add-on to the individual. When you are doing it individually, there's no one else you can rely on, because in cricket, for example, if you have 3 or 4 really bad bowls, you can hope that your fielders are on point, that they're going to catch those hits for you if you make a mistake, right? But if you make a mistake when you're by yourself,
I have to have a comeback, and that's what I love about fencing also, because you have the individual event where you're responsible about your own result, and also you have a team event with the team spirit, and I'm a team captain also in my team.
Nice.
So it gives me a lot of strength to the other girls. I'm the oldest one now, so this team spirit it's really the best to give to them,
to be a part of. Do you know any moments or challenges that you've had that were quite defining in your fencing career?
Yeah, I had a lot actually. Starting with balancing medical school, because at first when I chose medical school, everyone told me you're not gonna balance with sports professionally. I didn't know if I can do it or not. My parents were very supportive for me. They told me yes, you can do it. I had to take decisions to just quit an exam, to travel for a competition, and that's when I started to make my own decisions. Because when I went to my mom, I told her I have an exam, I don't know what to do. At the same time, I have a competition. She always tells me it's your own decision and you have to take it. I had to take my own decision and be responsible of it. So
that's a very empowering way to be as a parent as well. That it's teaching you that hey. You know, whatever you do, you're responsible for it. I think
my parents were very supportive in this part, because I think parents, because I was in a very young age, so parents is big part of my success, because I know there are parents that no, you have to just do your studies and no sports, it's not that essential. My parents were telling me that yes, studies is very essential, medical school is your priority number 1, but unless you're doing both well, it's okay, you can keep going. So that was a motive for me to just keep going my studies at the same time with my sport.
Wow. Sana, I want you to get involved with your ideas about this too. We're going to talk about how Nada competed in the Paris Olympics and literally made it a team effort by having a baby inside her, 8 months pregnant. That's where it became a whole team event.
Yeah.
Okay, firstly, I have so many questions. 1, what were you thinking? 2, what was the world thinking around you and the people around you were thinking?
Okay.
Because that's incredible. And you can actually say that your baby's an Olympian because she was there. She was part of the process, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Youngest Olympian.
Right?
The youngest Olympian ever. Okay, when I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't even qualified for the Olympics yet. So that was the biggest challenge, that I had to go through the qualifications while I know I'm pregnant. So I started, at first I panicked like anyone, because this wasn't planned at all. And then I went to my husband, which is very, very supportive for me, because I know that he may tell me, no, you have to stop. Yeah, it's our baby, but he's a doctor, and he knows well. Yes.
Yeah.
So we went to a specialist to understand more about the situation, if I can do. And of course, I had all the doubts. And once I went to the doctor, I told him the first thing ever. I told him I have Olympic events in the summer, and I want to go. And he was surprised, and then he told me, why not? You can go. And his answer was very shocking for me, because I was expecting from him to tell me, no, we will see, no, you can't go. So I was really motivated, and then he talked to me about that there's no harm for the baby, and it's fine if you're doing sports before being pregnant. It's normal to continue and doing whatever your body is used to while you're pregnant. So I did, and at first, of course, I wasn't that confident that I can do it. But step by step in training, I started to be more confident, and I started to understand more my body, when I need to rest, when I need to eat, to drink, to sleep, everything. I started to understand more what my body wants, and then I had a dream, and I didn't want the pregnancy to just stop me. I wanted my pregnancy to give me more motive that my baby would become an Olympian, and to show the world that a pregnant woman, that doesn't stop her from being what she wants.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the motive. And I really, some women, they just postpone their pregnancy because of their career, or they just stop their career because they're pregnant. So that I wanted to show that this is not, you don't have to choose between both. You can do both. It's not easy, but it's worth it. But every time I say no, I won't do it, they support me more, and they tell me no, you can do it till the end. And the unforgettable moment when I won, that was the the plot twist, because everyone, even if I'm not pregnant, we don't compete for an Olympic medal. We just compete. We just go for representation of our country in a good way.
I remember watching her clip on Instagram.
Oh,
Because
really?
of course, I didn't know you by then, but so I watched this, and so many questions came into my mind also, like, is it safe, and how did you do it? So like for a layman who don't know fencing, how did you make that decision? Like you were talking off air about the suit, how protective that is, and the
Yes.
sword, it's not as
It's not sharp. It's a blunt one. Yes, maybe the sport from outside, it looks like it's a dangerous one, but it's not at all. We have all the safety. The sword can never go through the fencing suit. And the sport, it's more about tactic and the sense and everything. It's not about being. It's not a dangerous
not
sport at
aggressive,
all.
yeah.
No, it's not aggressive at all. So that's what's not shown, but it was really a good experience for me, and to show to myself my strengths, and to show to my baby who was looking from within, and to every woman and everyone that you can achieve your dream no matter the challenge.
Wow,
that's
crazy.
amazing. That's so inspirational.
Okay, very personal question now. So when you're an athlete and you're doing things at such a high level and you have so much confidence around you, how does it feel when a coach says to you, don't worry about it, she's better than you, you're not going to win?
They told me that you're not gonna win because it's a hard match. Not because they want to put me down, but it's a hard one. So I didn't want to put my pregnancy as a limit. I wanted to be my strength. And that what happened. Actually, this was the best match. And the moment I won the match, it was really like, phew, I did what I'm here for. And this was the best moment of my life, actually. That was all because of the strength I have, the belief I had that I can do it, even if everyone around me, they don't believe in it.
You can just tell it's like everywhere you look in nature, there's nothing more scary than a mother's
pregnant,
protection.
yeah.
You look
Yes.
at all animals or everything that when
I
the
believe
nurture
so.
or the protection of a mother is like that will give the power beyond anything
I
else,
really
right?
believe so, that women, when they have kids, even, they are much way strong than anyone. They can do whatever they want.
yeah.
So yes.
100% agree.
Yeah.
So you had a superpower with you then.
Yeah, I believe so.
You have to thank her for that
Yeah, I
for the
want to
rest of
put her
her life
inside
now,
again
right?
and just fence.
You have
Go
to
ahead.
keep getting pregnant
Yes.
every Olympics, right?
Yeah, every Olympics.
Yeah, you just tell your husband, look, I have a 12-year thing, so we're going to have one every 4 years, and we'll go forward.
I hope I can do this.
Yeah. Amazing. So how
Thank
would you
you.
say that fencing overall has shaped you, both, inside and outside of the arena? More outside than inside, because inside we know.
Yeah. Actually, fencing and sport overall, it shaped me. It gave me my structure now, because when I was a kid, I was more introvert, but now actually I am not. So it changed me a lot. It gave me this self-confidence, the time management, of course, being a doctor with playing, with going to training and competitions, camps. So fencing, the discipline, everything, the resilience, I think sports gave us all these things, and it's part that shaped me now, and I'm really happy to be part of this sport. And till now, the biggest challenge is to come back after giving birth.
You raised the
Yeah.
bar, so now you have to.
Yeah, you have to be #1 ranked in Africa to qualify for the Olympics. So qualifying in 2016 up to 2024, this is something I'm really proud of, because the challenging part is to be on top for 12 years.
Well, this next one will be harder for you because, you know, anyone that has kids will know that before
Yeah,
being
this is
pregnant
a
was one
full-time
thing.
new
This
job.
time you haven't slept for about,
Yeah.
you know, a year.
That's true. It's a full-time
Yeah.
new job for me.
Yeah.
So wish me luck.
Looking forward to it. Good
Wish me
luck.
luck.
One thing I want to know from both of you is specifically how you feel that your sports have given you a voice outside of, you know, the arenas on both sides.
Yeah, I think it has definitely, for me personally, it has placed me in a position where I can have a lot of influence, not only for women, but athletes in general, on other issues like climate or other issues as well. But when we talk about athletes' rights within Pakistan and outside Pakistan, I'm also on the board of a cricket association where we are making policies globally for cricketers around the globe. So it puts you in a position, because you have lived through it, that you can make the sport better, you can leave the sport in a better position. And I think that is one of the most satisfying things you can do after you have retired from playing, that you can still have an impact on the sport in a better way and can make it better for the generations to come. So I think sport has given me and of course Nada so much, and it feels so great to be able to give back.
For me, before the Olympics and competing while pregnant, I got a lot of messages from the younger generation telling me that they want to admit to medical school, but they're afraid they cannot just balance between medical school and fencing. And the only thing I reply is that once I did it, so I can do it. Because when I started to admit to medical school, I didn't have a role model to follow. And I think this is harder. You don't know if this is something doable or not. So I feel responsible when younger generation wants me to give them advice about their life, about their career, because sometimes people are not, they don't believe so much in themselves. They want to see an example, a role model to follow.
First, yeah.
When someone tells me that I'm their role model, this is so much responsible. I have to be always in a good picture for everyone to follow, and that's big for me. And that to make an impact in someone's life, that's way beyond sports.
Essentially, you're both just leaving such a great legacy for the next generations who come after to follow.
Yeah, and I think while we were growing up, like especially when I was growing up in Pakistan, we didn't have a lot of female role models in sports.
Yes,
and
just
you'll
ask me.
always see male players on posters and billboards, and so there was a huge vacuum. So being able to fill that, definitely, I think that plays a huge role. Now, when children are growing up, they have another field to look at. It's not only doctor or engineer or a teacher that they can become. They can become anything they want. And I think that's what is doing justice to your potential as a human being, whether you're a male or a female, that you, whatever potential that you are given with, you try to nurture it and let it flourish.
Yeah,
I totally agree. Yes.
What was your breakthrough moment? Because you've had, you've broken many barriers in your career. What was that one that to you was
I think the moment
most?
when I won this match at the Olympics, because I've never cried out of happiness, because every time I say, like, why someone cries when they're happy? And I've never understand this, because I cry when I'm sad. So this was the only moment when I cried of happiness, and this moment was worth every sacrifice, worth every doubt, everything, because I've achieved what I'm working for more. It's not only the 7 months of pregnancy, it's for the Olympics, you prepare for the Olympics for 4 years before. So that moment, I felt like I've achieved my dream, and I've achieved to be representing my country. And even when the news say an Egyptian Arab woman achieved something, it's big for me, even if my name is not mentioned.
Yeah, and I just find it's just incredible how you guys can, achieving is one thing, but to be able to then use your voice to impact further decisions, both like you were saying, in the sport and being on the board and stuff like that. Is there anything that you feel like, or you're working on to use your voice to kind of change any changes in the sport or in the way people view things back home where you guys are from?
Yeah, I think especially for myself, because athletes, we don't treat them as well, especially in Asian region, because the money doesn't trickle down to the athlete as such as it should be. So there's a lot of policy making that needs to happen, a lot of transparency that has to. So you have to sometimes take head-on um, fights with the organizers, the sponsors, and if you have a voice and you have nothing to lose, because now I'm not playing the sport. When I was playing the sport, I was still fighting, but in a different capacity. But now, when you are independent of it, they can't, as such, affect your career. Then it becomes a bigger responsibility on you that you need to now stand up for people who cannot speak for themselves. And I think that gives me a lot of purpose, and that's why I love being in the media, because that keeps enhancing my voice. And then you get opportunity to learn from, for example, the Australian Players Association, or the English, and how they are a bit way ahead of how they treat their athletes. So it's kind of a knowledge sharing, and then activism with it. So I think I'm really enjoying that part.
And how do you feel that's changed you as a person, the activism and being a mentor to so many people?
I think it's firstly, it makes you courageous, and it asks you a lot about sacrifice, sacrifice, because at times I have lost jobs, at times I have been affected by how vocal I am. So you have to really put yourself out there, but then it is compensated in one way or the other, sometimes quickly, sometimes a years pass by. But I do have that faith that if you are doing something for the bigger cause, everything falls into place. So I do feel that that's something we as especially as role models, when we are there, we can't be thinking about ourselves only. It's about the bigger picture that we have to think about.
I have a question. Surely anybody who has social media knows about the keyboard warriors, and no matter what good is being done, there will always be someone who has something to say.
Of course.
You must have had quite a bit of backlash on these things when you were competing pregnant.
A lot.
What kind of things were you getting, and how did you stay strong and deal with your decision and stick by your decision?
Everyone, even I got a lot of bad comments on social media, but and also my family called me and they told me, are you mad? Are you sad? And my answer is no, because I was really sure about what I did, and it was a dream that I've achieved. So I don't care about others. I was just enjoying the moment, and my husband was with me in Paris, so we were enjoying every moment. What I say that when someone writes on social media a comment, it's just behind the screens. No one knows him, and sometimes it's just a fake account, and everyone get these comments. So I don't care, and because you can't control ever anyone on social media, you will never control it. And even if I reply, it's nothing, because everyone will write whatever they want. So the only thing that we can do is just to neglect everything, just to keep going. Once I'm just proud of myself and what I did, so I don't care about it.
Yeah. And the comments don't hang in front of the mirror, the gold medal.
Yeah, because
the medals do, right? So it's like,
and I also had a lot of good comments.
Yeah.
The support was very good. Yes. So I didn't actually see the bad comments at all. I've heard only about them, and I don't mind.
Yeah. Sana, same question to you about the backlash. Again, I can imagine there was so many when you were whenever somebody's paving a road that is strange or people don't understand, there's always going to be people who say things, right? So what did you deal with, and how did you deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of doubters, definitely, and some people get very cruel behind the screen, as you say. They don't have to show their face, so they can write whatever they want to. I have a very straight policy. If there's somebody who's regularly doing something like that, I just block them from my feed, because I do feel that it's so important in life to surround yourself with positive people. And if someone is making your space negative, they should not have access to you. Even though if you're a public figure, still you need to protect your energy.
Yes.
And I'm very, very particular about that. So if once or twice, if it's constructive criticism, I let it be. I think about it, I reflect on it. But when I see it starts getting personal or it's nonsense, then I just block the person, and they can go somewhere else. But so I think that's very important for for all of us, whether we are in private lives or public lives, that we keep an energy check around what's negative, what's positive around you, and I'm very particular about that.
Yeah, 100%. It's very strange how some people don't realize that often it's the people who are in very close proximity to you
Yeah,
that you need to keep an eye on, because if like you said, if your energy is not right, even subconsciously you'll be taking things in that can affect the way that you perform, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Sana, Nada, thank you for sharing your bold and honest journeys. This episode isn't just about athletic performance. It's about the resilience behind every rise. Because that's what Empowering Paths is truly about. Passing the torch to those still finding their footing so they know the power of standing strong. Sana, Nada, what's one lesson, mindset, or truth you want to pass on to the next generation of athletes and leaders?
I think firstly, courage, patience, hard work, of course, these three go hand in hand, and they will be very important for anyone who is taking up whatever field they are taking up. And I think decision making, we have been talking in the podcast so much about decision making, and it doesn't matter it's right or wrong, but you need to start making your own decisions. That is what real empowerment is. If you have self-belief, you can achieve whatever in the world. Don't listen to anyone who has done it before or not done it before. Doesn't matter. Your journey is unique, and you will make your journey unique by sticking to your own authentic self.
Beautiful. Nada, you have a fencing blade that you're handing on, and every new fencer is going to get this blade, and on this blade there's going to be something written. What do you want it to say that every time they look at it before they get into their match?
I would say take risks, because in fencing you have to take risk in every touch, and just don't stay on your safe side. And everyone loves to stay on their safe side. Just don't go and chase unconventional dreams, no matter what all people tell you, and that you don't have to just fit a mold. You can just make a space for yourself. And when you do it, and when you do what you want, just keep the door open for everyone after, and be a good example. Yeah.
I think you need to get that as a bumper sticker on your car at the back.
Yeah.
Just take risks. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sport is more than a game. It's a training ground for life. This was episode 3 of Empowering Paths, where we explore what it takes to rise through sport. Courage, conviction, and community. From their journey to yours, empowering you to rise every day.